Long ago, in the heart of a lush African jungle, there lived a tortoise whose shell was as smooth as a polished emerald stone. During this time, a great famine had struck the land, leaving the forest floor dry and the animals' bellies aching with hunger. The tortoise, known for his cunning mind, spent his days looking up at the sky, wondering where the birds found their strength. He watched as a flock of colorful birds gathered on the branches, whispering about a grand feast prepared by the people of the clouds. The tortoise approached them, his voice smooth and pleading. "My dear friends, I am starving. Please, let me fly to the feast with you." The birds were hesitant. "But tortoise," they chirped, "you have no wings to carry you to the kingdom in the sky." The clever tortoise had a solution. "If each of you gives me just one feather, I can fashion wings of my own." The kind birds agreed. One by one, they plucked their most vibrant feathers, red, blue, and yellow, and handed them to the tortoise. With great care, the tortoise attached the feathers to his legs, creating a pair of magnificent, rainbow-colored wings that shimmered in the sun. As they prepared to fly, the tortoise suggested, "In the Sky Kingdom, we must all take new names for the ceremony. I shall be called All of You." The birds thought it was a strange name, but agreed. Together, they took flight, soaring higher and higher into the cooling evening air. They reached a palace of shimmering gold, built atop massive, soft white clouds that glowed with an ethereal, magical light. The people of the clouds welcomed them and brought out a massive banquet table, laden with every delicacy imaginable. The birds were eager to eat, but first, the tortoise asked the host, "For whom have you prepared this wonderful feast?" The host smiled and replied, "This feast is for all of you." The tortoise turned to the birds with a wicked grin. "You heard him," the tortoise said. "This food is for me alone, for that is my name. You must wait for your turn." He began to eat greedily, stuffing his mouth with sweet melons and savory grains, while the birds watched in hungry silence. The birds grew more and more furious as they realized they had been tricked by the friend they had helped so generously. When the tortoise was finally full, his shell was bulging and he could barely move. The birds decided it was time for retribution. "Give us back our feathers," the parrot cried. One by one, the birds swooped in and snatched their feathers from the tortoise's legs. The tortoise pleaded for mercy, but the birds were done with his lies. Soon, he was left with no wings at all. The birds flew away, leaving the tortoise stranded in the sky. He had no choice but to jump and hope for the best. With a terrifying leap, he began to fall. The wind whistled past his ears as the earth rushed up to meet him. He saw the jagged rocks of the forest floor approaching. He tried to tuck into his shell, but his full belly made it difficult. Crack! The sound echoed through the silent forest as the tortoise hit a particularly sharp rock with immense force. His once smooth shell shattered into dozens of pieces. The pain was immense, and he lay there for a long time. Eventually, his wife found him and used a powerful resin to glue the pieces of his shell back together, one by one. Though he healed, the shell would never be smooth again. It remained a patchwork of scars and ridges, a permanent reminder of his greed. The other animals laughed when they saw him, and from that day on, the tortoise learned that trickery always has its price, and that is why the tortoise has a broken shell. Greed leads to a heavy fall. Learn to share with those who help you.
Hello, did you enjoy the story? Don't forget to drop a heart, hang around for the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!
Story Diary.